Hey, Tiana here from Mind Body Movement Center. Welcome back. This is a neck and shoulders short series. You're going to need something to sit on. I've got 2 blocks. You can be in a chair. You do not have to be sitting on blocks or even a bolster. I've got a foam roller if you've got one, and I've got a strap. Don't fret. You can certainly use a block. It'll just be a little bit different, but I do recommend a foam roller, something that you can roll on, something that's not static like a block. All right, I'm going to come into a sitting position, and I've got the 2 blocks balanced here. This is Vajrasana or Virasana Hero's Pose, but I'm just going to be a little bit more lifted so that I've got space for my hips, space for my belly to expand, space for my ankles. If this bothers your feet, you can always put something up underneath that space where your ankles meet the floor. And that will help just keep a little bit of support underneath that space so that they're not hanging. All right. So now we've got our seat. We're going to go into some arm rolls, neck stretches, and upper back mobility. So let's send the arms out to the side, drop the shoulders out of the ears. And you're going to tuck the thumbs in, curl the fingers around, and we're going to roll the wrists. And we're going to roll the wrists as you come forward. So we're just waking up the shoulders. You're going to roll it back out, opposite direction. Waking up the wrists. Good. One more time. So you're switching, heading the opposite direction as you go out. All right. Let the arms rest, and I call this my pelican. Just floating the shoulders up, back, and down. Loose arms. Let's send those arms out again. We call this the arm spiral. So as you breathe in, you're going to roll from the shoulder all the way out to the fingertips, palms up. As you exhale, palms down. 2 more. Chest may rise a little bit as you lift up. Chin may drop a little bit as you come down. Last one. All right, and release. We're going to take your strap now with, it could be a dog leash, a tie, a belt. It does not have to be a yoga strap. Take it around the shoulder or over the shoulder of the right side. Span out those wings again, and we're going to arm spiral. You're going to spiral the right one up, lift it up towards the sky. Take the back one and turn the palms to the back wall and bend those elbows to grab onto that strap. So now you've got the strap. And some of you might be able to grab your other hand. Some of you may be a little closer on the strap, and some may just be a little bit farther out. What I also don't want is that your head is thrusting forward. Align your neck, your head, and adjust your arm to be situated around it. Good. Last thing is to not overdo this lifting of the lower rib cage. So you're going to drop the lower rib cage slightly back and down and in as you maintain that neutral spine. Breathing here. Try to allow it to be a little bit more belly centric. The nature of this pose is that the chest might want to lift a little more. All right, when you're ready, slowly release, let the arms hang loose, and just take a moment to pause and notice the energy running from side to side. Does one arm feel longer or shorter? All right, we'll switch that strap over, and same thing, other side. Send the wings out, flip your left palm up, your right palm to the back wall, and then you're gonna do a little Madonna move here as you bring those hands back behind you. So left elbow tries to stay skyward, right elbow down. Draw the mid-rib cage belly inward. Find that neutral me. It's roughly 3 to 5 breaths. If you want to come out, you come out whenever you want. It's your practice. Great, maybe one more breath. All right, and then slowly untwine the arms. You can let the shoulders relax for a moment and just take a pause to notice the sensation side to side. All right, we're gonna take the strap now out in front of you, palms facing down, and the hands are a little wider than your shoulders. On the in-breath, we rise up. Again, maintain the neutral rib cage, or not flaring of the lower ribs as you rise up. If you have the range of motion to go all the way back behind you, you're welcome to do that. If you don't, just maybe pause about halfway, so I'm just kind of grazing just behind my head, and then we come back down. Good. Maybe two more. This might take you a little longer if you're going all the way back behind. Again, I'm not thrusting my chest out, I'm staying in that neutral spine. Last one. This is to open up the front chest from your pectoralis minor, major, biceps, all of those stressful kind of sympathetic muscles that bring us forward in our world. All right, set this strap off. Roll, take your right hand back behind you and tuck it back there. If that does not feel good on the shoulder, you can keep it in the front. Take the left hand to the top of the head, look over towards the right, and take your left ear to your left shoulder. Now you might feel a stretch here in your neck from your ear, the back of your ear, towards your tops of your shoulder. If you don't feel anything, you can explore by gently bringing the chin up just a little bit. If you have any kind of jaw pain, clicking, or any TMJ issues, you might want to try lifting the chin up and draw the collarbone just a little bit away. If you're not feeling much of a stretch here, maybe try tilting the chin forward. This will take the stretch more toward the back of the neck. So everybody has their own areas where we hold tension, so I want to give you options. Now before you just pop your head out of this, take the fingertips of the left hand to the outside of the right temple and slowly give a little bit of pressure as you come back up. Good, go ahead and release the arms, roll out the shoulders, and just take a moment to notice sensation side to side. All right, you might begin to notice that one shoulder feels bigger, more open, longer, shorter. And if you don't notice any of that, that's okay. Just start to tune in each time you do these. All right, take the left hand back behind you, the right hand to the top of your head. Look over to the left and drop your right ear, this time to the right shoulder. Again, you can do this with the left hand in front, and you can even do this without the right hand on top in case you have something going on with the shoulder. Now decide where you're going to do the chin. Again, up, we'll get a little bit more of these front muscles called the scalenes, your sternocleidomastoid might connect, that do connect to your jaw. And I like to, if I'm doing that one, to just draw down on the collarbone a little bit as I lift the chin. Again, if you're not feeling anything there, drop the chin towards the chest instead, but still in that right side tilt. Breathing and relaxing the shoulders. Good. Maybe one more breath. To come out, take the fingertips along that side temple of your left side and slowly come up to center. And release. Good. Roll out the shoulders and just take a pause to notice how you feel. All right, we're going to transition now to the foam roller if you've got it. So I'm going to take the foam roller back behind me. My seat's on the ground. And I'm going to come down to about. So it's nipple line or bra line if you wear a bra. Hands are going to be back behind your head, just kind of cradling it. And feet are just on the floor, knees are bent, my knees are together. We'll take an inhale and you're going to roll back, lifting the chest, open up the shoulders. You can keep the chin slightly tucked or even lift it a little bit if that feels okay. On the exhale, I'm going to bring the elbows in and curl in, almost like I'm doing a little belly curl in. Inhale as I open the elbows, drop the head back, maybe chuck the chin if that feels better. Exhale, come back up. So we're going to do 3 in one spot before we switch spots. All right, I'm going to move to a new spot. So you might have issues going on farther up that you want to address. You might have issues farther down that you want to address. I just choose not to go right into the low back. We've got some hinge spots there, kind of at the belly button region, so maybe don't go that far. I'm going to go up a little bit higher because that's where my stuff lies. So 3 times again. Inhale, we open up. Let the chest open, the elbows spread. Exhale, we curl back in. So this is why I was saying you could do this over a ball, sorry, not a ball, over actually a lacrosse ball or some other myofascial ball. Or you could do it over that block, but it's just not going to be as comfortable. Even a half foam roller would work if you have it. Okay, come back to center. And from here, I'm going to scoot my tush back a little bit more. And now I'm going to lift up and start to roll. If this feels like too much compression on your back, keep doing the seated version, maybe the seated version, and doing your static roll. So as I send myself towards my feet, I open up the chest. And as I exhale, I come back in, kind of like we were doing when we were planted, but now we're just a little more dynamic. So exhaling, I'm going to scoot down to a different spot just to get into my little areas. You know your spots. You know them. Some people like to drop deep into the low back here. I just choose not to. Mine's a sensitive spot, so I'm just cautioning you. Your kidneys are also back there, so just be mindful of that. Inhale, open. One more. All right, sitting back down, release, and we'll come back up. Set the foam roller aside, and now we're going to do just finish up with a little rotation. You want some space for your arm to move kind of above you, and you'll probably want a pillow or something to rest your head on. So I'm going to come out here a little farther. Laying on the right side. So head's resting under. You can kind of hook the pillow in the crook of the neck. Palms are out, kind of stacked together. A loose fetal position, so you don't have to be tucked up so tight. There's just a little bit more opening here. And I'm going to slide the upper arm, the left arm, up, over, and as I do, I'm rotating my shoulder and my head with me as I open out to the left. And then I'm going to roll it back, sweeping it up and over. I'm going to give an option, continue doing that if you like that. If that upper arm motion does not feel good today, you can slide across your front body. I like this one for connecting to the heart, and open out that way. Okay, so you have another option there if this upper one does not feel good for the shoulders. Join me now if you haven't already. So we'll just do that about 3 times, and on the third one, then we'll hold. Good. So I'm just going to let that arm rest. If your arm is lifted from the floor, meaning that you're really tight in your chest and your upper back, then you may want to have a pillow to rest your arm on. Please don't let it free hang. And oftentimes I'll take this right hand because I don't really feel much in it here, and I'll just rest it on this left thigh, almost as to draw the body this way as my arm is heading the opposite. You're going to breathe into that upside body, that's your left side. As you breathe out, let the shoulder drop towards the floor. Great, one more breath. All right, we'll sweep that arm back and up and over and come back to center. All right, we'll switch sides. So I'm just going to turn over to the left. You're in that open fetal position, arms are stacked out to the left. Take your right hand up and over, or do that cross over the front body. Exhale over, back, reverse it. Two more. You'll notice one side's a little bit more tight than the other. Just our daily habits and what we do every day. All right, so now if this right arm is just dangling, do not let it dangle. Rest it on a pillow if it doesn't reach the floor. Left hand can come and now reach the outside of your right thigh. And sometimes actually, this is one that I love, is if you're really tight and you just want a little bit more, you can take your left hand here to the front chest, right in this pectoral area, and start to draw it towards the left as I'm reaching through the right hand. If you get nervy stuff through your chest or through your fingertips, I wouldn't recommend this. It means that you're just pulling on those nerves a little more than they're happy to do right now. Still breathing into the upside body on each inhale. Exhale, let the shoulder release. You can always stay for a little bit longer. If you're ready to exit, you're going to take that arm up and over, reverse it. All right. And then from there, just use your top hand and help boost yourself back up to sitting. You can finish in a seated position. We'll just come to rest here. Take those arms out just where we started. In breath, open up the chest. Palms come together at the center, pressing together. 1 part wrist stretch here, 2 part centering. Draw the shoulders back and down. Bow your head. Wonderful. Hopefully you feel a little bit more mobile, a little less tight in those chest, neck, shoulder muscles, and ready to take on the next task of the day. All right, see you next time. Peace.